Is the good evening, everyone. This is the regular meeting for Garden City's Planning and Zoning Commission for Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. We'll call this meeting to order. The record can show that Commissioners Shepherd, Brown, and Montoya are present, and Commissioner Wild is absent this evening. Pledge of Allegiance is next on the agenda. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. For the staff, any changes to the agenda?
Chairman, no changes to the agenda by staff.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll move to the consent agenda then. Right now, the consent agenda contains our minutes from our July 20th meeting, 2022, and then also a subdivision application, SUB FY 2022-2 Honcik Townhomes Subdivision. It's been moved to the date certain, or we will move it to the date certain of September 21st, 2022, as part of the consent agenda. On current items for the agenda, we still use the consent agenda from time to time if there are very specific conditions that apply, and I have a series of questions to ask for any that might be applicable for the consent agenda. We'll for the first item that this may apply for is old business action item, item A, subdivision FY 2022-6. Yes, I need my readers. -6. Pineda subdivision combined preliminary final plat. Clint Hansen is requesting a residential subdivision consisting of 2 lots located at 4866 North Allworth Street in the R3 medium density residential zoning district. So those questions are to move forward on this one. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to give public testimony on that particular item? Zoom. Okay. Is the applicant present? Yes. Okay. If you could state your name for the record. And have you had the opportunity to, I'll let you do that first and then I'll get to the questions.
My name is Max Brown. I live at 403 East 49th Street.
Thank you. Thank you. Have you had the opportunity to review the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and draft decision, including draft conditions of approval? Do you agree and consent to these documents in the affirmative, including all conditions of approval?
I think so. I don't know what that means exactly, but
so obviously we heard this item last meeting and we went through everything. We just continued it to allow anybody that might want to give public testimony.
Okay.
On this one.
Yeah,
So,
I remember that.
Yeah, we made some changes to the draft conditions of approval. So we just want to make sure that you're good with those changes to that document.
Okay. Yes. Sir.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody else on staff or the commission have any reason that they feel this item should be heard?
Staff does not believe it needs to be heard.
Okay. Anyone on the commission?
Oh,
Okay. So we will move that one when we get to our motion. That one can be added to the consent agenda. The other one is public hearings action item under item A there again, CPA FY 2022-10. The city of Garden City is proposing that the city code be amended to incorporate small cell installation. The purpose of these amendments will be to create a process for providers to gain permission for small cell installation and to design small cell structures that are cohesive with the surrounding area, conform to Garden City Code, and align with the purpose of Garden City's comprehensive plan. The city is obviously the applicant here. Before I do that, let me ask, is there anybody in the audience that wants to give public testimony to this item? Zoom?
Yes, I'll at least throw my name in there. So Jason Verduzco with Verizon Wireless, 12877 West McMillan Road, Boise, Idaho. Sorry, commissioners, usually I'm there in person, but I tweaked my back yesterday, so I'm just joining via Zoom. Honestly, I don't have any public testimony per se. Just want to let you know, I've through this whole entire process, through the design guidelines, to the MLA agreement, and through this ordinance. I am here to answer any questions in regards to the wireless industry, specifically Verizon, in any of this process. So,
okay. Well, let me ask you these questions, and if you're good with everything, we're good with everything. So, obviously, you're here, and you stated your name for the record. Have you had the opportunity to review the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and draft decision, including draft conditions of approval? Do you agree and consent to these documents in the affirmative, including all conditions of approval?
yes.
Okay. Any staff member of the member of the commission have any reason they feel that this item should be heard? Not me.
None by staff.
Okay. All right. So, sir, thank you for being here, but I think we're gonna move that one to the consent agenda as well. And by the way, I should state too, for that particular item, actually both items on this agenda, we are recommending bodies for city council. So basically all we're doing is recommending approval that city council approve these items. So that's all we're doing here tonight. And so, yeah, we'll move your item to the agenda, to the consent agenda as well. Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
And thank you for being here again. We appreciate it. Okay. So that said, I think we're ready for a motion on the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Brown.
I move approval of the consent agenda to consist of the minutes of the July meeting. Item B, subdivision FY 2022 number 2, which were already on the consent agenda, and adding subdivision FY 2022 number 6, Pineda subdivision, and adding the CPA FY 2022 number 10. An amendment, city code be amended to incorporate small cell installation.
Okay, thank you for the motion. Any seconds?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor here, say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Our consent agenda has been approved. Last thing here is there any further discussion on anything else by staff?
None by staff. Thank you.
Okay, commissioners? Nope. Okay, we'll adjourn us then. We're done for the evening.
Right, good job. I'm not sure, it's not.
Thank
a
you
record.
to those.
I don't think
It's not a record. I think the previous chairman